Now I can see. Can you see me okay? Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's there. I just tried to step out a little bit just to connect the channel, So they're saying this is the music for relaxation. So I'm going to sit and put it on. Can you hear it, Janaka? Okay. I don't want to be too loud, just, So, Shalom, usually this hour, we use it for more like a wellness related matters that people may have questions, or I may take something and then we talk about it, Like yesterday, I was reading about this AI and a book written by one girl, and she was talking about how OpenAI, the company that started it all, has evolved and then what it has become and all that. That was uh, very provocative, very forward-thinking book, The Empire of AI by Karen. So she was talking about growth at any cost is the thing now. Okay. And also zero sum game, like everybody wins is not the thing. Only people who have the might will win. So either I win or I lose, something like that. Those two attitudes have been problem of major capitalist countries, but then this is much more so now. Originally, they found the company supposed to be non-profit and available for everybody. So then they evolved into profit making and also growth at any cost. That means they are not taking care of what could go wrong in the wrong hands, and this technology can really harm humanity as a whole. Those kind of things they were not paying attention. So growth at any cost. And also, whoever has, hi Prasad. Hello, yeah. So whoever has the might, they will do. So I'm going to do a couple of rooms on that. Look forward because very important book. I thought. She's the investigative reporter, so she came on the news, and then immediately I went and looked at the book and then read it and all that. So Prasad, how are you?
Sorry, I'm doing well. How about you, sir?
Yeah, very good, very good. My sister in Secunderabad and my friend Shalu. Where are you, Shalu? Shalu, where are you?
I am in Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah.
I'm in Bangalore.
Okay.
Bangalore.
Yeah, I know about it. I don't know how I forgot it. So,
no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
So,
I'm in Hyderabad.
Yeah. Prasad is in Hyderabad. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you're in Hyderabad?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do, sir?
I'm in environmental protection. I talk about sustainability, and I mix science, technology, and philosophy, and also search yoga and everything.
Right.
And I walked a little bit same path on a few programs. So we're also building on that. One piece of information, sir, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Mine? You're talking about mine?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm asking Dr. Rao sir's permission to say one more thing.
No, go ahead, Prasad. It's a free, nothing restricted.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Since a long time, I've been trying to talk to a YouTube channel about how we can link our, religion and environmental protection kind of thing, even from the Hinduism point of view, being worshippers of Panchabhutas, etc. Today, I got a chance to speak on that. Actually, one Bhakti channel invited me to talk on this thing. Marking World Oceans Day, I talked about the Puranas, incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Um, One, two, three are actually from ocean, right? So I just want to share that thing, and I mentioned that in our opening remarks, and I built some other talk around that thing, doing back and forth on how we evolved from ocean, so on and so forth. Same thing. And also I explained the way how we've been taught in ancient ages. That the transformation from character nature to cash nature. So that's all I have to share today.
Very nice. Okay. Prasad, yesterday in the OBN
Very nice.
they were talking about
Thank you.
antibiotic resistance, you know, and in that actually there was a item on the news channel uh, about this citrus infection that's going on in Florida. Okay, so it seems Florida is kind of 95% uh, of the citrus fruit comes from there. So
Yes.
they have this green citrus, something like a disease that is happening to the citrus fruit. So they lost like a 70% of the crop at one time, I believe. So University of Florida is growing as a kind of a crop. So they went and edited the gene that is causing this disease, green citrus. And then now they're growing trees. I think from 2022, the study is going on. So they found the gene edited crop is doing much better than not the one that was not done. You see, so that's a big problem. Uh, Antibiotic resistance is a big problem. So from really all the way to understanding what it is to now. My point was not only we want to understand proper use of antibiotics, don't use too much, but they are using in the agriculture and the animal kingdom like 70% of the resistance is from there because they are not using for infections. They're using to thinking that the crop yield will be more. So the antibiotics, the more you use it, the more they become resistant to regular things. So regular bugs. So that is a big problem. It's a global endemic problem because
Yes.
any infection is happening, the new ones they are getting really problematic. So it is spreading more, and it has fewer antibiotics we could use because they are getting resistant, right? So I lived with this problem since 1984. That's why I told my story how I became a jealous implementation of only appropriate antibiotic. So, like for example, me, I have not taken antibiotic in the last 15 years. I mentioned that because you could be like that. Because if you improve your host resistance, then you don't have to take antibiotics. The resistance will come up. What we did was with our home lifestyle, the diet, the thinking, the lack of exercise, smoking, and all this, we kind of reduce our resistance. See, that's why I kind of talk about this yoga routine. I know which I learned is to from head to toe you have lymph nodes, but if you allow the lymphatic flow go through very well by exercises, that kind of fortifies the lymphatic system, so it can fight the infection. And also, if you are taking deep breaths and all, that also improves your capacity. So of course the food and also air and all that. But the main thing is not only the agent, the bug that is causing the infection, but also the environment, how we keep it, but also our host. The host gets neglected. See, we go and work, we don't really pay attention to our inner resilience, and that's why we become weak and get. So I can go in the middle of all infections. By in my office, what used to happen? We have the reception room, right, waiting room. All the people come there. There are so many chairs there they can sit. They sit, but they will be coughing. But because
Yes.
this is a winter place, so all the doors and windows are closed. Even the my drapes are within the window, so that we don't
Mm-hmm.
have to clean them. We can just turn a knob and they will open up, and then you can close them. But that's why we don't have any problem of cold air coming into the building. But ventilation is not there because of that. So uh, we have a lot of infection in the clinic because sick people come for that. But I never got infection that easily because of the resistance.
Yeah.
See the
Yeah, I
kind of,
agree with you, sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is what I was focusing on yesterday, because from uh, all the way antiviruses to now gene editing. And that is going to take a lot more because we understand these genes which are producing the diseases, and then we can edit the CRISPR. You can take the CRISPR, we can create brands of, because we all know what's going on. Only thing is they may do that on the human beings. they
Yes,
want
sir.
to, they may want to create this kind of genes. That's a problem. But otherwise, this control of these bugs with the gene editing is a new phenomenon. They're watching it very closely. But this citrus thing is a big deal because,
Yeah.
yeah, big crop, and all the 70% is gone down. So people, what can they do? So
Yeah. Well, Florida obviously got this coral reefs issue also due to the
oh yeah, oh yeah.
water warming, so
Big
on and so
problem,
forth.
big problem,
Yeah.
because I've seen the videos of the coral invasion by the hot water, and they
Yes.
are dying, we are dying. People don't realize that. So there
Mm.
were educational videos on that coral, anything. See, all this hot water is affecting the whales, affecting the animals, affecting the people, affecting the towns. Bangladesh, so a lot of places, sea level is rising to some places where they are cultivating how to live on the water.
Mm.
There was a documentary on that, Prasad, because they are already in the future, like what we think it may happen in the future, they're already there. And that's why Bangladesh, when they came for the environmental groups that they do, all countries, they demanded money because we did not do anything, we did not do this pollution, but we are getting affected. So Bangladesh was in the forefront of those countries that are already affected now. So
Yeah, you're right.
they were saying, you guys did the expansion, you did the industrialization, and the
Mm.
consequences, this green effect, all this warming, global warming is happening because of you, and that's why we are losing our homes. We are getting there. So they were talking about that. So
Yeah, yesterday was World Oceans Day also.
yeah,
These are all the dialogues that are going in Oceans
yeah,
Conference in France,
definitely. I think,
which is happening between,
yeah, I'm glad they are doing that.
yesterday.
So,
Yeah.
environmental day, at least because of the event, people will come to know these things are happening. You know,
That's,
Otherwise, people like us who are interested only know. Rest of them may
yeah.
not know. Yeah, that's why.
But the things in India are totally different, sir.
Yeah,
Nobody is paying attention on all these things. The AMR stuff is running in hospital circuits and some research circuits in biotech and pharma.
yeah.
Um, actually, our US consulate is warning for last 5 years, I believe, not to go through any surgery in India at all because of these infections.
Yeah,
So,
that is a problem. Travel,
yeah,
travel medicine industry, they are much more popular in other countries than India. Even though India has better talent of the physicians, because if they can go and have a hip surgery done, the major problem is in India infection.
yeah. My doctor friends are complaining that
Mm.
their patients are coming with the antibiotic name if they are not prescribing that latest antibiotic drug to them, they are not showing up to the hospital to visit them again. No,
Exactly.
they are finding a new doctor who can write these things.
Yeah.
So that is very dangerous path.
No, that is what
Guys,
is that is what is happening. The American patients also, because they are brainwashed that all
yeah.
infection needs antibiotic. So I put a
Mhm.
chart. What is the viral infection like? High fever and dry cough, things like that. So I put some symptoms that are viral illness. They don't need antibiotic. Just because the kid has a cold doesn't mean he's an antibiotic. And then what is the real bacterial infection looks like? They would not leave unless they have a prescription in their hand. They're so brainwashed that they have to have an
Yes.
antibiotic. So that's a
Yeah.
setup. But I know after I took time, explained to them what's the problem, why the antibiotic resistance, even so many antibiotics are out of use and all that. Then he said they were able to understand, especially the people who otherwise they always want antibiotic. Call an antibiotic. They will call me and say, "Doctor, can you call an antibiotic for it?" So all the time, all the time is there. So they are kind of have to be educated about this. And after we doing that, some people really understood, but you're right, many people don't understand. Still, antibiotic. That's the
Yeah.
problem, and that is
Yeah.
also causing problem with your natural biomes in the colon.
Oh yeah.
That is the one we studied much more than 20 years ago. They didn't know this massive biogram we have in the system, right? So that is interfered by the antibiotics, because the normal commensals which we need. So that's why people who don't take antibiotics will have a very good health of gut health, and that influences your brain, gut brain connection. So this
Yes.
is a real problem, big problem. And Varun, I think he presented, he was saying, if we don't do this, it will become an endemic. Then when I went and corrected him, Varun, you said it is good, it's already an endemic. It's already big problem for us, for doctors to prescribe correct antibiotics. And also, lot of these antibiotics that are costly are also not working, but they use all the generations and then breeding that. So I prepared antibiogram way back in 80s. That was new at the time, but later on it became popular with everybody. What it is we if a hospital is there, the hospital also will have certain bugs it is breeding because of the patients coming in and all. And then we take those cultures, blood cultures, sputum cultures, like that, and then we say, okay, these are the bugs that are there in our environment here. This is the antibiotic sensitivity, and then what does the dollar expense of these antibiotics. So we put the least expensive ones on the top, okay, but a lot of them, those things, they are resistant. The highest they can have, but then we still try to help them to use the least expensive medication first, and also keep the coverage low. Otherwise, we will lose all the. It's kind of losing all the whatever armament we have. We don't have any sharpness to it. There's a sword that is very very. It doesn't work. So that kind of thing. So we gave the card like a small, foldable that you can keep it in your wallet or in your pocket, and you can stick it out and say, okay, these are the cultures. This person has E. coli. What is the E. coli sensitive to? So that kind of at least some understanding. But I was very religious about it. I would not give antibiotics that easily, first of all, and second thing is all viral infections I will not give antibiotics. And then I would educate them. I put posters in the clinic, what is a viral, what's a bacteria, small thing that they could read and answer. Each examiner had it. And then I kind of talked a lot of conferences about antibiotic resistance. In 80s to 90s, it has got worsened, it did not get better. And also this antibiogram, and also we never give antibiotic unless we obtain the culture samples first, even in the emergency room. If we think the patient has come with fever, has infection, we go to treat it, we did pan cultures first, because once you start antibiotic, you won't get the correct report. So that's why first pan cultures. That means sputum, urine, blood, or any other skin secretion, anything is there, we take all the secretions for the cultures, and then we do that. So it's a ongoing struggle, which is not getting better at all. It's getting worse, worse, worse. But then one of the pediatrician in India, she had a small kid. She herself knew about this antibiotic problem with all the kids, because they are using too much. So she let the young, I think he's only 1 or 2 years old at the time, let him run around without any socks or anything, any shoes in his foot, so that he is muddied and all that. They washed him, but then because of that kind of exposure, he had subclinical infections, not clinical, subclinical. But then he developed antibodies for that. So he goes and plays with other kids. Other kids may have this infection, but they don't have the antibodies to fight it because they are too much protected, clean, and all that. But this kid did not get infections. That was a major paper from pediatrician trying to limit antibiotics. She would not use antibiotics that easily for the kids, and she herself experimented on her own kid. And then,
Yeah, this example also reminding me that some studies say that the communities in communities like slums
yeah,
weren't that much affected during COVID times.
no, even suppose I'm living here for a while, right? You go there, and immediately it's like in India, for example, we get infections right away because we lost the immunity. But the people who are living there, they don't. Say, that's why I cannot eat outside in the beginning. I used to wait a couple of weeks before I can eat something like a budgies and all the hot ones. If I eat first day, that's it. Yeah, it's not like we are imagining. The immunity really goes down when you come to this community and live here, and you go. So if you are exposed, there's a called herd immunity and also individual immunity, right? If you are exposed to something subclinical, then you breed this immunity for that, and then when the vaccine also like that, so small dose of infection we give live virus, right? Then you develop the antibodies, and those kind of help you when the real virus comes. The same thing you can do naturally. That means don't be excessively cleaning, just to clean them properly. Don't use chemicals to clean. That's the important thing. And also just to do natural things so that you can deal with the bugs in a safe way. And then suppose the subclinical becomes into clinical, that can happen. At that time, you treat them. But otherwise, even chicken pox, for example, we used to get chicken pox all the time in India, right? And that's why we had the natural immunity from the chicken pox late into the age. So well, people did not get the chicken pox later, But then the smallpox is horrible. That's why I have to use a vaccine. So vaccine also like this, you give small dose of vaccine that is inactivated so that you breed the antibiotics. So you have natural things that you could do in life that will help you to improve your immunity. Like I told you about deep breathing, really resting, not thinking too much, and also these exercises that are specifically for. I have special routines for yoga routines that will improve your natural immunity. See, when I say I don't take medications, I did not take antibiotics, there's so much work behind it. Discipline, understanding, and then continuously improving. So if you just say that and don't know how to maintain this inner resilience, then people will not know. But you know what? All the people who come to the my yoga class, only few people. Hi Janet. So, like Janet, my sister, these people come regularly for these things also. But otherwise, maybe everybody like, oh, let's talk about it, and then that's it. No, you got to learn and implement them. Otherwise, you won't get it. There are foods that are superfoods that are superfruits that you can eat them. They will breed this inner resilience. The best thing is just be natural, just follow the nature, be seasonal. Nature knows how to protect itself seasonally, so try to eat seasonal. It's as simple as that. Very simple, but we have to grain, we have to cook, we have to be able to taste. That's how we lost a lot of natural immunity. Imagine our ancients, what they said, juicy fruits is the correct meal. A whole meal. You know who said this? Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He tells people juicy because one of the thing is diet is the one which swacha. That means it makes purity of thought, which is needed to go into the deeper aspects of the spiritual quest. People don't even understand that. They eat all the meat and all the heavy foods. They naturally make you sluggish, not really active in your intellect. Some of these spiritual things are lost because they think they're too tough to understand. No, you made it tough for you. That's why they are like that. Otherwise, if you are the simplest one, you don't have any labels or anything like, "Oh, I learned this, that, and all that," then you will be able to see them very clearly. It's a simple thing, as I said, was follow the nature. Nature is giving you fruits and vegetables that are really wholesome. Once you eat that, not only you have fiber and all that, so gut bowel movement is good. So that's why you have a gut bacteria very good, and that helps your brain. So many things are connected. The latest research is they're telling you, when I look at this, I see the parallel in the ancient wisdom. See, they don't have to explain because this is experiential knowledge. They ate seasonal food, they ate only juicy fruits, and then they were able to really control their thought and go deep into their mastish. They call mastish. That is beyond intellect, beyond real intellect. And all. Even now, people know a few facts and they think they are intellect. You know what the true intellect is? Where he won't quote anybody. By himself, he can take a question, go deep into the question, and stay with the question for about 1 week. Then universe reveals to you. After all, that's what happened to Einstein or Ramanujan or anybody. Things happen to them. Insights happen to them because they kept their intellect at a very high level. See, that is what people don't do. They just read a little bit and immediately they go. They don't sharpen their saw enough. You see, they are quoting somebody, but they themselves don't engage in that contemplation, reflection, and that's because you are aiming for a degree, you are aiming for a thing, you study, and then immediately you have a label and you get stuck with it, and then you don't go contemplation. Daily you have to do that. In the morning, for example, there are mantras. Karagre, Vaste, Lakshmi, Karamule, Saraswati, like that, You know what do they mean? They mean a lot of things, I want to really be abundant in my attitude. That is the Lakshmi. I want to be inquiring mind, Saraswati. And the Parvati is the bottom is the I want to be brave like her. Reminding that not about, oh, money will come to me if I pray, oh, I have to be very nice to. No, you got to cultivate this abundance attitude for what you have. What is the most abundant thing we have? Our Atma. We are never in that. We are always in our body, in our mind, right? So you have the attitude of I have the abundance within me, so I don't need any of this outward. That itself is the Lakshmi. Lakshmi seeks what? Lakshmi seeks Vishnu because he is Gnana. Always closed his eyes and his contemplation all the time. We seek Lakshmi for the wealth, but the goddess of wealth seeks Gnana. And then knowledge and everything also leads to Gnana. Outward knowledge is different, Gnana is different. That's why we want to be inquiring. We want to be keeping our mind like the newest. I was a beginner's mind, I call that. That means you're not stuck with your theories and you are not close to something new. You are open, empty mind, so you observe. But most of the people want to think through what they have read, think through what the data. That's not original inquiry. Why my mind is always in here ways? I just keep it deliberately empty. Simple thing. Something meeting. We talked about something. After the next one, I focused on the other one, so this is gone. Only insights, learned lessons. But I have to remember everything. That people don't do. So this is the key. Learn that in here. If you are doing it, fine. If you are not doing it, whatever you are doing, make sure you are completely attentive to that. See, there are people who think with uh, what is called empty mind, and there are people who think with things that they have learned in the past. But the trick is keeping mind here and now fresh, completely empty, and beginner's mind, they call it. You can't make a
Yeah,
concept of it, you have to live it. That means,
yeah. Many people think that they would be very efficient in multitasking. I don't know what it means. So this is the new
yeah. No, I
new
actively tell people don't
construct.
multitask, only one task at
Yeah.
a time. But you know what? That one task is completed and faster. So, like I said, I kind of introduced this to one of the Deva in Rocky in Instagram. She told me, I'm working. I don't know how to stop my mind. Then I told her, slow down, do only one thing at a time, and only next take it up. And she said, I did that for a day or two, and then I found myself very energetic, and also my things are done better. But people don't stay with it. They think it's a concept, oh, yeah, very good, and they automatically they get into, oh, I will save time. I will do so many things I have to do. You know, another thing is, you will never have accidents happen when you're doing one thing at a time. See, I tell my wife also, be aware, she will be thinking something and then doing something. That is what happens with the multitasking. Your awareness is split, you go over. And those people will have accident. Those people will be forgetting things. See, actually that's very energetic, Prasad, because you have done something completely quality and then you have ended it. You are not carrying any weight from it into your mind. Then you are really young, fresh, beginner's mind. That is very energetic because you are not depleting energy with the negatives of whatever happened. Or you are hoping anything in the front, that is not what you are focusing on, what is in front of you. Krishnamurti talked about this very effectively. He talked about perception of what is, not accumulated thought. For example, he talked about I go there to this mountain, and the mountain I see one tree, only one tree. And I have seen the tree when I am perceiving the tree. I have no problem. But immediately I bring in the thought. oh, this tree is very good, this tree compared to that, this tree should be like this, maybe other trees should be here. All that is thought. That means you have moved out of the perception mode into thought mode of memory and imagination. That is the problem. That is the problem. So what you do, you perceive things as they are and act. That means you are always alert, awake. I'll tell one example of this with Krishnamurti happened. They were sitting in England in a big room, and all these intellectuals, that lady described this episode. They were got like this, gathered together, talking about some things, and Krishnamurti was there, but he wasn't participating intensely. He was just listening to them. Everybody's talking. So, but these people are lost so much into the intellectual world. They're quoting, they're making new form, but all that is intellectual world. That when you are intellectual world, it means what? You lose touch with the presence. Okay, so then suddenly Krishnamurti became straight and really, they all thought, oh, something amazing is going. That's what he does sometimes. He does these insights or kind of shakes everybody. And that, so they thought they were anticipating. What's that? Then he says, mangoes, fresh mangoes. Why? Somebody coming from the corridor, somebody sent mangoes to Krishnamurti. He is bringing them. So we all love mangoes, right? So he was, so he's not lost in the intellectual world. He's in the present. That's why he was able to smell it. Check yourself. Am I like that? Am I driving? Am I in touch with what is going on the road? Or because I know the road so much, I got involved in that. That is what is modern life is doing. People are all. I tell them, either you are in the life of the presence, or you are in the intellectual world. You're in a mind. Use the mind to learn lessons of the past. That's fine, but don't be living in the past. That's what they do. Oh, that day I had a very good dinner, all that. Or you may say, oh, what happens if I go to the hospital? What are the meetings and all that? Future. They both are in your thought, not in the present. So I tell people, use the some visual aid. Like I used to use, I told this several times, AIP. That is will be on the phone as a photo. So every time I look at the phone, I can see AIP. What it stands for is, am I in the present? Then what happens is, even if you are got lost in thought, you will be brought back. And then I didn't need it afterwards. Once I understood, important thing is, my faculties, me, everything is with what is going on here in life. Then you are really living. Otherwise, you are not living. You are in your mind, either dead past or not yet born future. This is a very important thing in spirituality, because a lot of people think, they get caught in the thought. But the spiritual quest is where you will only use thinking as you want. It's not like it is taking over and going running. Just say this is easy, but then be like that all the time. That is when you are in moment to moment awareness. That's why in the morning when you get up, establish your awareness. Don't let the thought go. If you allow it, either by looking at the device or whatever, without giving a chance for you to be in the present, it will go on like that. That's what Ramana Maharshi talked about. I thought. The first thought is I thought, me, I'm having this thought, I will do this and all that. So you look at that and then let it rest there. If you allow it to run wherever it wants to go, you are lost. Then cultivate that presence or awareness all through the day. Then you don't need any special meditation, because your thoughts are not going all over. They are together, they're appropriate. And then you use the thought and end the thought. That's why my mantra is very simple. A A for awareness in the morning and attention throughout the day. The same awareness, attention, all for everything that you do. And V is the end of the day. Sit down and vacate the mind if it is anything accumulated. But the longer you are there, actually you will see, oh my God, this is so simple. Why did I do this? It's simple because you don't allow your mind to be the waste basket of lot of thoughts. So that's what happens. Then your mind is in the beginner's mode and really uh, absorbs the things very easily. That's why you can learn lot of things, but still not really. You can get wise about the learned lessons, but you get wise about not having the junk data into your mind. Very important. Data is going to be a very big deal as the AI gets under, and so much data will thrown at you unless you know how to take it and use it and put it as like a, it's an object. Thinking is an object, but people live in thinking world. They don't know how to get out of it. That is the prison for them. They ask me lots of time, how is that you have energy? My sister also told me, how can you speak for 2 hours, 3 hours? It seems like you guys are all exhausted, but I'm not. I still have so much to talk about. Why? Because I don't accumulate anything. This is called lightness of being. Your Atma doesn't have these accumulations, thoughts, and predictions and all that. Once you are in that Atman, that is light. So, enlightening one meaning is really know what is the truth, what's the light. Okay, that's fine. But then that requires inquiry, going to learning all that. But another meaning is reducing the weight of the mind, becoming a light in your mind. Light in sense, light, not heavy weight, but uh, lightness. If you allow the mind to go on, lightness of mind, not good. But then when you go to this one, the self, the Atman, that is doesn't have any heavy weight. That's the purpose the people talked about. You have to realize who you are. But you think I'm this and that label, this label, I'm working and all. So for me, it's not about others. Have I kept my mind light or not? That is happening all the time. So I have a lot of energy, even at end of so many discussions. Sometimes 3 or 4 discussions happen. I cannot see myself. Am I accumulating anything or am I emptying as I go along? That is where Krishnamurti helped me to understand movement to movement awareness. So once you are always in the present moment, uh, then you won't have this accumulated weight. You don't have to be anybody. My sister, she's retired and staying at home, still has a lot of thoughts. That's because that samskaras are formed way back, and then they're coming back now. Even though they don't know, this happens with the advanced age group here also all the time. But you have to learn to be light when you are young. Then this works. But nowadays people are all see the Obian group also. They talk. See, I can see they are not really engaged with what I'm talking about because they don't put any substantive questions to me. They will just say, "Oh, good value, Dr. Rao, we added." I don't know what's the value they got. Next time I ask a question on that, they don't have any answer. That means they went flying through it. You have to listen, you have to understand, and you have to do it in life. That's the purpose. In that way, These social medias are all talk, they don't do. As a matter of fact, the spiritual matters, I don't learn anything in any of the social medias. None of them. Because they're all stuck in that third layer, the Manomaya. Individual skills are doing stuff and all that we can learn. But in terms of how to be light in your mind, in terms of how to be really emptying the mind all the time, and no need for meditation because you are in a meditative state. So that's why I don't sit down and do meditation in none of it because it's already meditative. There are no thoughts going all over. I use thought to express myself, to communicate with friends. That is there. But I don't build up an image out of it. I don't build up some big deal, none of it. And then you are really there. Einstein said that. He said, I don't know, you all make a big deal out of me. I don't see myself. That is the one not allowing the ego to develop. See, that's the freedom. That's the freedom the sages enjoy, is their own mind is liberated, their own mind is not heavy, their own mind is not giving another alternative image of themselves as ego. See, then
Yeah, that's a good thinking, sir. Actually reminded me of this thing.
it's
This
not
is,
thinking, it's not thinking, it's insight.
sorry.
It's
Right, right.
insight.
So it's not accepting any credit, whatsoever that they did, but they keep their
No, they don't allow,
state.
they don't allow the ego to be growing up. They keep it under control because ego is there to direct us in life, to allow us go through and all that, but not to make it an identity. Suppose you want to go somewhere, you want to find out, no, that's fine. But just because you come to know about those things, the direction, I'm a big deal. What is that? That is what we do the problem. You know. So the moment, why it is possible is if you know who you really are, then you can see the false creation of image and ego very easily. But important thing is you stuck in your real self, and that real self says you are with everybody. At this level, we are all one, and that's it. There is no separate ego, separate thing created because we are all one in that. Bodh mein ekta. That's what they said in Sanskrit. Bodh mein ekta, ekta, oneness. So many modern problems of loneliness, suicide, and these battles between couples and even friends, arguments, or these wars, everything will be much less if only you understand this ego nature, and not really that we go beyond that and stay in that, or what's called swarupa, our inner nature. That's what the yoga is all about. First, still your thought, then let the real self come out. Patanjali, very, very simple. But then people, oh, I'm such a yoga master, I know very well. I'm going to teach other people. Oh, it's big ego.
Most of it is about acrobatics, not,
Yeah.
not nothing.
No, no, not only the
That's the
psychological
real
image.
problem.
Psychological image. I'm a yoga teacher. I can teach you everything. I will make you give good. That's also ego. So destructive. This simple thing we don't understand. We don't be natural.
And guess what, sir? Nowadays, this movement of, yoga movement is getting into a different turn. So the yoga teachers started doing, okay, we are doing with 5,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, This is the thing that is going on nowadays in India. Now we are going to do with 1 lakh people, yoga session.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff.
All the gimmicks, all gimmicks. You know what
Yeah.
Ramana Maharshi said? The only true asana that you need is you settle down in your real self. That's it. When he went to his ashram, he did not do yoga, he did not do pranayama, he did not do meditation, none of it. And on the other hand, he said, stay with yourself, that's enough.
I'm thinking maybe gentlewoman might be having a few questions. Yes.
I
Now
can
she
I
is doing something else. She is not here with.
no
She's,
no
yeah.
no. I have been here and listening,
But you
Dr.
are
Rao.
doing something
Yes.
else too, right?
I have
Yeah.
because I was committed, but trust me, you can ask me anything to repeat.
That's not the question. The problem is, why don't
Now,
we do
now,
one thing at
now,
a
I
time?
understand.
No, that's
I
a, that.
understand.
It's not even a
I was
character,
saying
shallow. It's a question of how you are better off doing one thing at a time.
at a time.
That's
I do understand, and I have to plan things better for that. Since whole day spending in hospital and
yeah.
doctors, I was got backlogged coming, and I was committed.
Yeah, that is
So I have to
that's the nature of our
plan
life. Yeah, that is what is happening to
plan
us.
well, think further ahead. You are very correct. We don't need meditation. We don't need yoga is fine for your body, but then I
No,
think if
no.
we are in present
Don't grasp
thoughts,
the literal meaning of when I said you don't need meditation. But then, are you in that state or not? That's the question. If you have a lot of thoughts going around, then you need to meditation to get it done. But if you are not in your mind, but you are in yourself, that self doesn't need meditation. That's the kind of thing. So just because
I
sages
have been
said doesn't mean we are at the stage. We have to be at our stage and then meditate. See, all these
very
mantras, pujas, and everything, they help you to concentrate the mind.
and moreover, Dr. Rao, being in present gives you after I speak to you last 3 4 days, it gives you a lot of peace. If I
Yeah,
go to past, it brings me sorrow for
yeah,
some or the other thing because human tendency to only cry about what has not
yeah,
happened. Future is insecure
yeah.
for everyone because at the end of it, we are all going to end
Actually,
things.
future will be better if you do the present.
Present is what can give us peaceful mind. If we can
No,
live
no,
that
no.
moment or that day.
Present, you're doing stuff so well. Your future of that will be better.
But Dr. Rao, adding to it, what I understand about human nature,
No, don't say human nature. That's all your understanding. Okay, tell
our
me.
nature, say
Yeah.
my nature, I would say
No, not only
I
everybody.
am.
Yeah, so tell me. Yeah.
So what I understood is like be in any groups or anyone. It's a generic statement. Till the time you are doing anything which is beneficial for them,
Yeah.
they are always good to you. If you really want to see a real nature of a human being or any other person, what I've realized is just say no to them.
Yeah.
Or you just don't do what they are
Yeah.
what they are asking. They're asking you to buy some program or something or something or something, and just don't do that. Trust
Shallow.
me.
Let me tell you something. I know what you're talking about. That's correct. Because people only think about their interests. That's why
Interest.
I tell them so many preventive things they don't do. They get sick and then they come to me. All the time. So it's very difficult to be preventive, proactive, and also enjoy life, because we are used to get lost in life, get sick, and then we'll go to the treatment. But the important thing is we know so much about what kind of things it does, whatever, and then we can follow that. One of the things is people misunderstand what is real human nature is. Okay? Actually, your inner nature is so powerful, so uh,
Pure, pure.
pure, not
Dr.
only
Rao, I
pure,
would
no, no,
say.
it is very empowering. See, what it is suppose I have fear, suppose I have anger, suppose then people are attributing oh, I'm a human, I can be like that. You see, weaker side don't identify with that. What is positive, what is there. Then you don't have, like you said, peaceful. Why? All you said was just live in the present. Then why it is peaceful? You don't have the thoughts going on in your mind constantly. That
Not everyone is blessed, Dr. Rao, to receive the frequency you are
I know. No, no, no. It's
at.
not a blessing.
It's
It's a question
difficult.
of
it's difficult for most of them to understand
Yeah,
your
that
thoughts
is it. That's
also.
it. It's a question of where you are, what you want to understand, what you want to learn. That's it. But the thing is, this is not that tough. What is
Yeah.
simple is not to think and just be here.
Uh,
But you don't want to be like that. You want to say, I know stuff. I kind of work with this. And
that
that,
I is very big for
yeah,
everyone,
that
right?
ego comes and they takes you away. Don't be lame.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Don't be that. See that as an object. Then it will go down. So all you have to do is pay attention to wherever you are, whatever you are. That is difficult because we have this electric thoughts coming and going. And that
Mine was so troubled, Dr.
yeah,
Rao, until I spoke to you. Now,
yeah,
whenever my mind wanders,
yeah,
it goes to and fro because so many clients I'm treating, some are wealthy, some are rich, some are ego, some are very prestigious, some words are very dominant, some are very humble. So your thoughts hop as you meet many people across from one
yeah.
to another. But now I just come back and I tell myself is they all are temporary because
Not
yeah,
only
they are
that,
there till the time.
the thing with that is people interact with the mind of the other person. So if I interact with your mind, then I'll also responding from my mind.
Mm.
I'm not. I can see your mind as a thought different from Shalu, who she really is. Shalu may not be in touch with her own inner self, but I can see
Very
that. I can see that. And then, but your mind taken over. And that's why so when the mind is quiet, you automatically peaceful.
very true.
Yeah, that's why stillness of the mind, cultivate that. How in the morning, when you get up from darkness to light to coming in, that is when you cultivate this deep breathing, focusing on the present moment, establishing yourself in your presence, not your persona. Remember this very easily. Your persona is Shalu, the healer. That is your job. That is not you. Do the job without building up this. Prasad is doing the earth thing. He say, I am the only one aware of the earth and nobody else. That is ego. But if he says, I'm doing it for the mother earth, I'm a soldier, then he is doing what is important for him, but he is not allowing that to build his ego. So that is what happens when you cultivate awareness. Awareness is the real one. In awareness, thoughts happen. What we are doing is we are giving thoughts so importance, we are identifying with them. Whatever it creates, image or ego or person, the persona that people identify with you, this person is good, this person is bad, and all that. Don't be that persona. Use the persona for life. But your identity is not that. Your presence is your identity. Yesterday, you see, I learned every day. Somebody was talking about a spiritual talk I was listening to. He used a beautiful word. I caught hold of it. That's it. I'm not going to leave that word. What he said was
What was that, Dr.
anchor yourself in the presence.
Mm.
I will say, be that, identify and all, but this word really appealed to me. I told my sister right away, anchor. You see, even when I talk to my sister, I talk like this. I don't talk something different. Maybe I talk to Telugu a little bit, but then basically I don't come down from the level of presence. See, that is the mistake you are doing, Shalom. When you are relating to their mind, you are bringing yourself to the mind level. Don't do that. See their mind is also objects that they are not able to get rid of. Prasad, my sister, and you and me, we are actually all are one at the both level. I stay anchored in that. That's all. But what happens is, then immediately question comes, and then we allow our mind to come creep it in and immediately get into that. So this is a very important thing for spiritual understanding, spiritual recognition of our inner self is to really see other minds where they are at. Don't judge them where they are at, and then don't go down to that level. He is arguing. Okay, he can have his own point. Leave it alone. Why do you have to assert yourself and say, I am right, you are wrong? Ego.
That is again ego.
Ego, yeah. It's a practical matters, scientific matters that we kind of do, that is okay. It's how we look at ourselves internally with the relationship. Like you said, all these people, different people come. What is the difference between you and me currently doing is all those people like you, Prasad, everybody is different in your body, in your mind, in your achievements, your persona, and all that's fine. The difference, right? But the being, human being, is all the same. So I am kind of being in that being only. I use their mind, but not identify with my mind or their mind. So all the people come through me, black and white, female or male, or rich and poor, socio-economical advantage, not very knowledgeable people, very stupid people. So many people come in. But if I judge them based on that, I'm missing the human being. That's why my patient don't understand what it is. They kind of get to me like what is it called, magnet. They ask me, "What is it? Why I feel so close to you?" Because I am close to them, who they are, in my own inner self. So you can have different people walking in front of you shallow, but then you identify them by the human being they are. Of course, if you are rich, you want to take their money, that's fine.
But you know what, doctor? That hunger will never die.
No, no,
So
that Krishna will go away. When the Krishna will go away? When you really stationed in your real self. What is the Trishna? That hunger is there for the mind. You are not the mind, we are saying. That's why I do this mantra at the end of the day, just because I want them to anchor in their presence, not the persona. As long as you evaluate them by persona, you will have all this considered. I want to take advantage of them. I want to make money of them. I want to get praise from them. All those things will come. Those are all the activities of your mind. Krishnamurti said beautiful thing. When you fill yourself with the things of the mind, then you don't have any room for anything else. Then you don't feel this intelligence, he calls it, but then ancients called about this presence, self, Atman, whatever. Once you are anchored in that, nobody can judge you. You will know whether you are anchored or not. And you don't need to report to anybody either. It is your personal, internal thing. But if you are not anchored in that, then you are inviting restlessness, this always feeling I don't have this, I want to get this, I'm not complete unless I have this. Maybe people have to validate me, or they have to give me titles, money, and all that. All those things will go away when you touch your inner existential consciousness. That itself is the blissful thing. Sat Chit Anand.
Is it close to self-fulfillment sort of thing?
No, self-fulfillment again, personal, persona. That the ego wants to see in technical things, in skills and all that, that works, but not your inner transformation. That's why people may have excelled in the self fulfillment, but then they find that at the end of it, they still have to have more. But this is forever fulfilling thing, is always close to you, closest to you. Because you go away from that, from with the mind going all over, that is the problem.
Yeah, I'm close to learn. I asked this question because even in Suraksha organization, I always tell people come with open mind. We all do not know much.
No,
We all have
about
to.
them, not about them, Prasad. The thing is, in your own thing, are you mind or beyond mind? You see, if you identify with what you are doing, if you identify with ecology and all that labels, is what it is you are concerned for the earth, and then you are kind of doing it. It's kind of, I look at it more like a responsibility of ours to do that. So when we are doing what we are supposed to do, why should we feel big about it? That's the mind does.
Yeah,
See?
I agree.
Yeah, that's the mind does. So what you want to do is you display that you are not in the mind, then the other people will understand. Like, my sister may ask me, how come you talk 2 3 hours like that? She is concerned about me getting tired out, but I'm not tired out. I have more energy coming. Even in this meeting, from the time I came to now, my energy has gone up. If I'm only in the mind and thinking and only want to exert something on you, I won't have that.
Mhm.
Then it becomes an argument. Prasad right or Rao right, and then we want to exert our own ego and say, I know more than you, I've been living a lot, I learned that. All those things come. Do we need that? We don't need. Satsang is where we are together exploring into the truth of any matter.
Mhm.
Then it becomes so much easier for us to be light in our mind.
I see.
See, shallow, her mind is light, her weight, she only knows, right? You will know, then you will know, I am staying in the past that is gone, or future that is not yet here, but I'm not really in the present moment. Then you are touch with your mind going all over like a object. That's why in the morning routine, I tell my friends, uh, one of the four things you do is observe your thoughts, they are objects.
Mhm.
I mean, they are not doing or not, I don't know, but it's up to them. So I tell
Yeah.
them, okay, release your tension in the body by stretching. Breathe into the stiffness and everything in the body so that you have more nourishment going the areas that need, right? So stretching
Mhm.
and breathing, that's the two things. Third thing is make sure you are with whatever you are doing. That is, you are in the presence. Aids are follow the air coming in and out of the nose, the touch. How many people really feel it and stay there? I don't know, but they have to know themselves. And the other thing is just to feel the sensations in your body and the mind as you are doing this. So, four things I want them to do: stretch your body, breathe deep into the body, and then be here and now by touching it. What is happening here with you? The air is coming and touching and going, that is happening right now. You got to be in touch with that, and then you will be in the present. This is just to cultivate. Practice of present moment awareness is whenever you see the thoughts are going somewhere, bring it back to breath. That's the exercise they're supposed to do all day, all hour, so that they establish themselves in the presence. And the fourth thing is observe the thoughts as though they are objects. But people identify with the first thought, they come and they run, and then it goes into a big network. It could
Mhm.
be a work, it could be anything, and then you move to go in there, and that's it. So, anchoring yourself in the presence. This is a new word I'm using. I kind of liked it so much yesterday. That's one thing. Whenever you are not with the sense of, oh, I know, I don't have to learn, you don't have anything new learn. But then, when you really have the beginner's mind, I don't know, I want to learn, things will absorb. Practically nobody says that I don't know. They think, oh, why should I admit? They look down on me. That is all ego. You see, if you are really in the present moment, there is no ego, nothing. Just the what is in front of you. That is the perceptive attitude, not the accumulated thought attitude. People, I was so confused when Krishnamurti was talking about you got to let go of the thoughts and then be completely in that ending of thought. That's what he talked about. So a lot of people don't understand this. That's why they could get so confused with Krishnamurti's talks and all that, because they are in the thought and trying to understand him. No, he is beyond thought. You got to go beyond thought to really touch the frequency. Lightness of being. That is really can be experienced when your mind is quiet. Patanjali, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Stillness of modulation of thought is yoga. Not getting dumb or stupid, but just stilling the thoughts, whatever. And then beyond the thought, there is so much world. That is the world of the Swarupa. Tada drashtu Swarupe avasthanam. Then the real inner self, selflessness comes out. Practically nobody does this even for a movement. If you move, if you do that and then experience the self is already there, that's very, very invigorating. And once you anchored in that, then use the thought when needed, like I'm using it now, and use the body when needed. Fine. You can enjoy the nature, enjoy the relationship, enjoy everybody. And I'm kind of, when I'm talking to patients, my thing is, how can I reduce the suffering that whatever they're going, at whatever level? I don't expect them to be self-realized human beings. What I realize is, whether they realized or not, they are beings first. That is what I relate to. I don't care about your economic status or your everything and all that. But what I care about is that being. And then how far away you are is that being is your suffering. There are mechanical things for the body that has to be repaired, biochemical or molecular level, all those are mechanical really. And then there is this inner thoughts and emotions and all that. That's the sukshma area that deranges too. So we have to fix there. And then ultimately this ending up in yourself. That is very difficult according to the culture, according to the books, according to how they are raised and all that. It's basically avidya, avidya kama karma. Because you don't know that you are not this body and mind, but they are your tools. You are your inner self. You don't know that. You may have heard about it, but you don't know that by yourself. Then you will be in touch and in the presence. Because there's a derangement is there, we are doing so much damage to the earth also. Because we want things outside. Tremendous consumerism, uninterrupted, rampant consumerism. That's why we kind of making the earth a mess. See, even now, simple thing, Peking, the capital of, I think, China or something, they were used to this fog for years now. Pollution is so high. Yeah, so high. They were used to that, but then they kind of introduced electrical vehicles, all electrical vehicles only. It cleared up. Now they are first time they are able to see the blue sky. The same thing in Delhi, Modi is trying to do. No more gas guzzlers, no more things they are coming to. They are going to ban them. They make a big hoopla on that. But we all have a responsibility, not just the Modi. We all have a responsibility to clear up the air. Wherever you are living, we are only living on one earth. First of all, if you have the idea, oh, I'm this, that, and I'm kind of this country, that country, that itself is causing problems because our problems are global, our existence is divisive. How can you deal with them? You are supposed to come all together and do it. But then this armamentarium, everything is to just exert yourself. Ego works at Putin level. That's all driven by his ego. He is bankrupting that country. Many people are 1 million people died. 1 million people kind of went away from the country. All because of this guy's ego. We never learn. Hitler was like that. It happened. Now Putin is doing like that. We don't learn. So that's such a big deal to understand what is persona, what is present for your own personal peace of mind and also enjoy life. Like for example, when I'm talking all these things and I do this only 2 hours, right? But the rest of the day is for me to enjoy my life. I was writing things, I was creating videos and all that. It's the spirit of let us the young people see it. So I enjoy all that. So being in the self, anchoring yourself in the self, which you are, has innumerable benefits. That's why self realized, that means the people who realize I'm really that inner self, inner Atman, inner energy, inner consciousness, they are the highest health. You know what? That kind of silence, they call that samadhi in ways thing. Is not important. Important is that quietness, the calmness that comes with stilling of the thought. So, how do you do? Various methods are there to do that. Stay, sit down, deep breath, and focus on the breath. That's one thing, upasana. And then use some japa. That means same word you do repeatedly, so that your mind don't escape. That's the Maha Mantras and all that. And or some song that you do repeatedly with devotion to the song, to the sound, that will help you. Or you can just put a mala and then make sure you are meditating on each beat, and then your thought will be anchored to the central thing. And then you can do real meditation where you bring all the thoughts together and come to one thought, stay with that one thought forever. That is called dhyana. And then go beyond that one thought into the stillness, silence. That is when you become meditative. That is, you are aware, not thinking, but aware. Awareness is a big deal. And once you are aware, what is going on, how it happening, all of that, you don't have these thoughts bothering you. You are meditatively aware. That kind of mind doesn't need meditation. But to reach that point takes a long time. And everybody is honest about where they are. They are having a lot of thoughts going all over, or they have thoughts slowed down, and they are mainly thinking positively. And also, they could enjoy things when they are presented. You go to a lake, you enjoy the lake appearance, the wind, you are feeling it, your sun, you are feeling it, all that you are related with the nature. Mind maybe you go in a little bit, but what is happening is people don't have any idea about this anchoring into the self. That's why they allow the mind to run its own and then build its own networks. And then when they're old, they can't stop them because they already created an elephant of habits of mind. That is the way you create your body elephant too. And then they become so powerful, you can do them. That's why this is important. You do it from the young age. And also, people who are old, they can realize and get rid of all the junk and then come to the present moment. People listen to all this, but they don't do the effort that they need to do internally. And also, all these life things come and then they take them away. See, the moment you start, you say, oh, you have to do multitasking, you have to do that, this, you have to do this much money, all these cultural factors. And also, the devices they are giving you, the phone, the iPad, the computer, they make you see, you never stop in between and say, let me come back to my presence. That's why this is another formula I give to everybody. Shalu, you also listen to this. Every hour, every hour, stop everything for 1 minute, just sit down and take deep breaths. Not just only taking deep breaths, but bring your mind to that movement. That means you are cultivating presence in the morning. Maybe you have deviated because of work, but after 1 hour, you're bringing back to the presence and then work. This is a standard prescription I give to all the burnout people. It's not enough just to get in for 5 10 minutes. Then you will be looking for 10 minutes and all. On this one, every 1 hour you are emptying and getting out completely. So you come to what I call beginner's mind with that 1 minute. And then you may not be in the beginning because it's so much used. There are neurological networks that you create. That is changing that like this is the neuroplasticity. But you become so stiff. Where is the plasticity for you? You're stuck. Oh, I learned it. I know about it. I kind of established. I have so much success with it. Then you will be having the weight. That's they call brain fog, or they call it more like a. Actually, this is very silly when I look at it because it's so simple, so simple. But then people allow themselves to be so complicated in their network, neurotic. That's why. Look at what happened with the ancients. They didn't have to deal with so many things. Just to get up, walk, and sit down, and close your eyes, and get yourself to the present, and then continue that, and then respond to the nature calls, respond to the nature calls of hunger, respond to the nature call of sleep. See how simple that was. The culture's highest thing was how to get freedom from my own mind, moksha. When that was there, people enjoyed the highest health, and also whatever they did with quality, and their GDP was the highest. India doesn't know that. Present India is completely blind to that because there's some innovation, some cultures have come, they try to, but still the essence of the Sanatan Dharma is so strong, it goes by itself. Somebody like me caught it a little bit, and then I come to spread it around, and that survives. So many people are doing like that, but so many people are not doing that. Are you exhausted or tired? I don't want to exhaust you because it's already my time for the morning routine. My friends are there who wants to do that. So I will stop here this talk and then I'll go into morning routine. Whoever wants to stay, stay. And then we'll go into the routine of stretching, breathing, and also being here, observing that. And then three attitudes I would like to visit every morning. One is determine not to react for all small things, but respond to them without emotional reactions. Okay? Suppose you are doing something, don't have to bring it like, I like this, I don't like this, I feel bad. No, give it attention it needs. Okay? Then that reaction versus response, that's a cultivate here. And the second thing is cultivate the attitude of service. Whatever you do, offer it like a service. Seva. For me, it's the Siva Gnana Jiva Seva. Gnana of Siva, Gnana of the divinity in everybody, knowledge of the divinity in everybody. I am worshipping that. I am giving my service to that. That means the person in front of me is not a person, he's a divine human being. So I want to appeal, not like they don't know, I know, I'm going to dominate them. No, I have a chance to worship the divine in everybody. Siva Gnana Jiva Seva. Okay, that's the one easy to remember. And then after you are not reacting, you are responding, you are doing service voluntarily. Then you say whatever happens, wins or losses, equanimous. Losses give you life lessons, learn lessons. Take them and make it a win next time. Wins, don't let them inflate your ego, but more like accept it, enjoy it, and go from there. But don't be on that mode, then you won't be able to pay attention to what you need to. So these seven principles: stretch the body, breathe deeply, and treat your present moment as the real life. And then fourth one is thoughts as objects, not as you. And then don't react with emotional reactions, but respond to any challenge, any responsibility you have as a service. And then final thing is, if you lose or win, Karmanyavadikaraste mafaleshu kadachana. Do your job. Don't look for the wins and go to overboard on that. But don't take losses as your personal loss and you're going down. There is no ego there. Then you will learn from your losses. Then they become winning things. 7 principles. These are all done reversing what is causing stress and burnout. And there's so much thought put into that in the sense. Mm. Okay, once you do that, all these 7 principles in the morning routine, you are preparing yourself to your duties, to your work, whatever you're doing, body, mind, and a heart. So I say 2 A's: awareness and alignment. Alignment of 3 B's: body, breath, and the brain. Okay, and then AEIOU. That means you be aware, you be energized, you have insights, and you touch the primordial sound. We do the A in three, Om into the 3 letters divided for the energies, and then you identify that you are the universal consciousness. You anchor yourself in the end of Shambhavi Mudra we do, where we assert that we are that inner self, but we are not just the body and mind. So there's so much thought out in this. If you understand, if you are sincere to that, you will see the results yourself. Don't do this mechanically. Live. Why I'm coming live
Thank you
instead
so much. So I really wanted to thank you, Doctor. So much of information you have.
This is not information.
It is
No, don't take it as information.
knowledge,
Insights.
knowledge,
No, insights.
knowledge,
No, no,
knowledge,
insights.
insight.
You examine yourself. What is the
Insight.
insight I have? Otherwise, you are accumulating all these as a data. Okay, so that means you have to
Insight. So
think about
many
your.
hours you
Don't take anything from me, but think about these things by yourself. So the truths, not my property or your property. That is the truth. Whether it is truth or not, you got to find out. Don't believe, inquire, manana, reflect, think about this thing. Then only you will return that. If you expect immediate transfer, it doesn't happen.
all right. Okay.
I'm not trying to knock you down, but I'm telling you, everybody thinks it's information. Information is in the books. Why are we not improving our life?
No, doctor, I'm not thinking. I'm understanding each and every. Maybe my words are not.
No, it's not your fault.
correct to the
I'm just
information.
telling everybody thinks these things are informational things. They are information based, but they are
implemented.
wisdom insights from the ancients. That means you just don't listen and go away. You have to bring them into your life. Then they would be meaningful. My friend Janet, she does sincerely the everything, and she is able to get out of her chair and walk and see her grandchildren and all that. That is implementation, not just talking about it, coming once in a month. Many people don't come, even they say, because it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. It's a kind of evolutionary continuous process. But I don't force anybody, because that's why I'm switching this to a podcast where people can listen to it anytime. So every day I want to turn this into first 1 hour of podcast, and then we can continue this with our morning routine too. So more like a calming the mind, settling in the inner energy, and then doing this exercise morning. So it all becomes important for everybody in this modern age. Okay. So let me now come to doing my exercises, and I will go into that. Okay. We'll start with the breathing. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Rao.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, Janet. Let's do our morning routine briefly. And so let's start our deep breathing first, and then we'll go from there. Let me put this camera up. Okay. So first, take a deep breath in. Make sure abdominal wall is raising as you take the deep breath. Hold it. And now breathe out as the abdominal wall goes in. 7 more. 6 more. 5 more. 4 more to go. 3 more to go. 2 more to go. Last one. Okay. So that is the first one. And second one is raise both our hands. Preliminary breathings. Okay. Elbows bent. Now extend the elbows up over your head as you take the deep breath in. And as you come down, breathe out. Okay, 8 of them. Now clasp both your hands together under the chin and take a deep breath in as the elbows get up and go up, and let the head fall back as you take the deep breath in through the nose. On the top, open the mouth and breathe out, whispering the word ah, and bring the elbows down. That's the one. Two. 3. 4. 3 more to go. 2 more to go. 1 more to go. See, that is preliminary breathing just to warm us up. Now we'll do some spinal twisting. Clasp both your hands and show the hands to the camera by extending the elbows and take them up above your head and stretch to the sky and twist the body to the left and turn the head over the left shoulder to the back. 3 breaths there. Come to the center, go to the other way. First the body, then the head or the right shoulder. Come to the center and stretch to the ceiling and go back. Come to the front and bring the hands down to the knees first. Bend forward at the lower lumbar spine and take the hands down, down, down towards the feet. And come up and release and take 3 deep breaths. Okay, that is deep breathing the spinal twist. The second variety, keep the right hand on the left shoulder and left hand on the right shoulder and stretch to the top and twist your body to the left and the head over the left shoulder to the back. Come to the center, do the same on the right side. First twist the body, then the head over the right shoulder. Come to the center and lean back. Go back. Push your feet down into the ground to the front and then lean back. Let the head fall back. And come to the center and now bend forward at the lower lumbar spine and get the head down with the gravity. Keep the knees straight. And come up and release it. Now place your right hand on the left hip and left hand on the right hip in the back, and now turn the whole body to the left and the head over the left shoulder to the back. Come to the and change hands and twist to the right. Come to the center. Now let's do 10 asanas. Okay, we may have less time this time, so we don't do the yoga jogging or head to toe and all that. But let's come to the samasthiti. This is the position that you come when you stand and do the yoga. Okay, keep both feet together and the medial side touching each other. Toes, soles, and the heels are going deep into the ground. Okay, kind of anchored. And now pick up the kneecaps, pick up the buttocks, suck in the abdomen, and square the shoulders and keep the hands straight, fingers pointing down. And look up. Tilt your head back a little bit. This is the samasthiti. You stay there for a few breaths. And now elevate both hands, palms down, elbows extended, shoulders extended, and now turn the hands upward and come and meet way above your head. Okay, and both thumbs are interlocking each other. Now stretch your to the top and then lean to the right side or bend or stretch. Left foot goes down into the ground as you stretch to the right side. Feel the air coming through the nose and also feel the sensations in your body. That's how you keep your mind here and now. You are stretching and breathing and keeping your mind here. And any thoughts come up, watch them as objects. The deep breathing helps you not to be reactive to life events with emotional reactions, and an attitude of service and attitude of equanimity for the wins and losses is good for you. Come to the center, stretch the elbows to the sky and lean back. Hands, elbows, shoulders, head, neck go back. And press forward with both feet as you go back. And come to the center. And now bring the hands down to the knees. And place the hands on the knees as you bend forward with the lower lumbar spine. And then take the hands down below the knee as low as you can go. Incrementally you can go, you can feel the stretch at the back. But don't do it violently. Do it slowly, gently, as much as you can do. Okay? And then come up one vertebrae at a time. That is Tada. First one is Samasthiti. Second one is Tada, reed posture. Okay? Now we're going to do the chair posture. Keep both feet 6 inches apart, touching the ground. Now raise both hands up with elbows extended, palms down, and fingers extended, shoulders relaxed. Now in this position, bend your knees and sit down on an imaginary chair and stay there for 10 breaths. Keep the hands like that in all the variations. 3 variations we're going to do. Come up, the hands like that, and now raise on the toes, lifting the heels up, and then bend the knees. You are on the toes now, heels are up, and then bend the knees and go down and sit in the chair for 5 breaths this time. Lower the heels, and now bring the knees together, bend them down, and sit on the chair for 5 more breaths. Come up and lower your hands. Now we'll do the bird sequence, 3 types of birds, okay? First, stand on the right leg, and we are going to do the Garuda, the eagle pose, okay? Keep the right knee locked, and then lift up the left foot and bring it next to the right foot and put it on the ground, okay? And now, right hand under the left hand, like this. And then bend your knees and stay in that position for a while. 5 breaths. Let go the hands and come to normal standing position. Do the other side, Stand on the left foot, left knee is locked, and bring up the right foot next to the left of left foot and place it on the ground and come down. Bend your knees and come down. This time, left hand goes under the right hand. Release and come back. Okay? That is the Garuda pose, both sides. And you can do that, depends upon your capacity. And now we're going to do the bird pose. For this, wide feet wide apart, and then lift up your hands to the side, elbows straight, and palms facing down. Now turn the palm outward. As you try to bring both hands together, you bend forward at the lower lumbar spine. Let the head fall down with gravity and bring both hands together in the back. Keep your knees not bending, okay? They're straight. And come up and release. And come back to normal position. 3 deep breaths here. Yoga is Sthira Sukham Asanam, stable, comfortable postures, no pain. Okay, now the third bird pose. Go to the wide stance again, and this time bring in the hands down by bending forward, bringing the head down, and go down all the way towards the ankles and hold on as low as you can below the knee or above the ankles or on the ankles of the foot, as low as you can go. Few breaths there and come up. So see the 3 bird poses. First, Samastiti, Tada, Chair. Then these 3 bird poses. 6 of them are done. 4 more we will do. Okay. Wide stance. Bend your knees and sit on an imaginary chair. And bring your hands at the Namaskar Mudra and go up above the head. Take a deep breath in as you go up and stay there like that. As you breathe out, bring the hands behind the head and take the deep breath, go up, breathe out, Okay, and then come up. Now bring the hands down to the heart level and twist your body so that left elbow goes up and into the back, right elbow comes down into the front. Turn the head over the left shoulder and look at it. Look at the back. And come to the center and go back. Come to the center, come up, and you're done. Okay, 7 done. 3 more. Okay, stand on the right foot and bring in the left foot to stay on the right ankle and stay on the right foot and bring your hands to the center and bring it up all the way up and stay there. Come down and do the same on the other side. Left foot down and right foot to the left ankle. Bring it down and that's it. 3 breaths. Remember, we do everything in the present moment and we do both sides of the body and we deep breathe. These 3 principles and always do deep breath, do in the present moment and do both sides equanimously. Okay, now we're going to do warrior pose. For this, what you do is step forward with your left foot placed forward and left knee is bent forward, lunging forward. Right foot stays facing the right side and right knee is straight. And now go forward on the left knee, bending it more forward. And then bring both hands on the side towards the, at the shoulder level, they're facing each other. Now take them up, all the way up. And then clasp all fingers except the index finger like this, right? And then stretch the shoulders up, elbows up, elbows up, and then fall back with your head tilted back. Release after 5 breaths. Left hand goes forward, left elbow straight, right hand goes backward, right elbow straight. And then lunge forward on the left knee that is bent already in the front. 5 breaths. And then withdraw back and then come back to normal standing posture. Now we do on the right side. Step forward with the right foot forward, right knee bent forward. Okay? And then make sure your left foot is facing left side, left knee is straight. Now both hands come on the side and go up and clasp together, except the index finger. Straighten the elbows and lean back. Five breaths and stretch, right hand forward, left hand backward. Then release and you are done with the warrior pose. There are variations you can do. Last asana we're going to do before the breathing exercises is to step wide apart, as wide as you can. Okay, both feet are facing forward initially Now turn the right foot towards the right side and bend the knee, lunge to the right side. Keep the left knee straight, left foot facing forward. Now raise both hands to the side and twist and bring the right hand in front of the right knee, and the left hand touches the left ear like this. Come down and come up, and then turn the right foot forward. Now the opposite way, left foot turn to the left side, left knee is lunging to the left side, right knee is straight, right foot is forward, raise both hands and bring the left hand in front of the left knee and the right hand right ear. And bring it back, and there you are. Okay. Now you are sufficiently relaxed. Now come back to your chair or on the floor, whichever you prefer. Sit down without having a back rest, or you know, back is straight basically. Okay, even though I have a back rest, I won't lean into it. Sit down with your back straight, so it is the front of the chair. And now we're going to do some breathing exercises that are pretty important. Okay, we'll start with Kapalabhati, like that. Okay, we'll do 60 times our expelling air as the abdominal wall goes in. Okay, let's start. Keep your mouth closed and then breathe out through the nose by contracting the abdominal wall inward. Okay, let's do. Okay, that is 60 in 1 minute. Now we're going to do what's called Agnisara. First, take a deep breath in and breathe out and hold the breath. While holding the breath, move the abdominal wall voluntarily up and down 20 times. Okay, I'm going to place my right hand so you can see it's moving up and down. Take your time to come back to normal. Okay, 5 breaths. Now we're going to do 3 bandhas. Bandhas are locks. Locked positions of the lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and chin to the chest as you breathe out. Okay, and come out. Okay, now we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. Prepare the right hand and use the ring finger and the thumb. Close the right with the thumb and take deep breath through the left. Close the left, release the right, and breathe out. Now take a deep breath through the right. Close the right and breathe out through the left. You can do as many as you want. That is Anulom Vilom. I recommend you do that 5 to 15 minutes a day. Okay, you can do it in divided 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes in the evening. Okay, and now we're going to do Bumblebee. For this, close both ears with the thumbs and keep the index and middle finger on the top of the forehead. Close the eyes and put the ring finger on the top of the eyes and let the little finger hang around the mouth. And now, as you take the deep breath through the nose and blow out through the nose, make the noise when you are blowing out the air. IOU, which is Omkara broken into three for the abdominal energy, Pu for the chest and neck. Okay, let's do that. Take a deep breath and open your mouth and say first Ah for 5 times. Ah. 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 Now take a deep breath in and say Ooh 5 times. That is U. Now we say Ma. 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 That is our Uma. Now we're going to go and find out ourselves and anchor in our real self, not the body, not the mind, but the inner presence, not persona, presence, not the ego, but presence. Okay. So for this, we close our mouth and take deep breaths through the nose. And when you are breathing out, then open your mouth and say, "Who am I? I am this conscious being." When you breathe out, say, "I'm not this body or mind." Detach from the attachment of your body and mind. Okay. So we will do 10 breaths. First, take a deep breath and Koham, Soham, Deham, Naham. Who am I? I am this conscious being. I am not just this mind or body. Koham, Soham, Deham, Naham. Who am I? I am the conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. They are my tools. Koham, Soham, Deham, Naham. Who am I? I am this conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. They are my tools. Koham, Soham, Deham, Naham. Who am I? I am this conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. They are my tools. Koham, Soham, Deham, Naham. Who am I? I am this conscious being. I am not just the body or mind. With that, we are done for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye bye.